Good day, friends. Picture this. Hitler, Eva Braun and their devoted dog Blondie are in the Berlin bunker. Hitler looks at the Walter PPK revolver on his desk. Even though the Battle of Berlin is lost, he doesn't allow his forces to cease fighting or permit them to escape from this impossible position. Cyanide poisoning would kill Eva and Blondie. But even now, Hitler has a few cards in his hand. He can order his troops to lay down arms to prevent further loss of life, but he doesn't. If we could go back, we could pick a few moments in the conflict when Hitler may, after negotiating a timely settlement, have survived. For instance, following the 1943 Stalingrad defeat. The New York Times stated then that 4 million German soldiers were killed, crippled or wounded. For Ukraine, the question now is, under its current leadership and international guidance, some may say interference, will Ukraine choose to relive the horrendous experience of the German population of the 1940s by placing barriers in the way of peace, or submit to the requirements of the victors in this conflict? Or will history be repeating itself? Ukraine armed forces are leaving Kursk, one report saying they are retreating so that Russia does not have an excuse to disengage from peace talks. Moscow Vice Speaker Konstantin Kosachev says, Ukrainians agree with what they are told. Any agreements, with all understanding of the need for compromises, are on our terms, not American ones. European officials, meanwhile, ramp up the argument that Ukraine needs ever greater help and that Europe needs to rearm at the expense of its taxpayers. From von der Leyen, Rearm Europe could mobilise close to 800 billion euros for a safe and resilient Europe. So, against all indications, will Russia accept a 30-day pause in hostilities? Having gone down this road before with the Istanbul Communique of 2022, Moscow's terms then were disarmament, neutrality, status of the Russian language, recognition of Crimea as Russian, and independence for Donetsk and Luhansk, and an approved regime change. Ukraine negotiator Andriy Yermak said, the key is now in Russia's hands. Well, probably not, more likely in Ukraine's hands. Having suffered a massive defeat in Kursk, some similarities to the Stalingrad defeat of the Germans in World War II, is now the time for Ukraine to examine their timeline and accept Russia's terms.